Today we'll be discussing chapter 2 polynomials of class 9th and 10th. Basically I will discuss the basic of the chapter first. Now what is a polynomial? A polynomial is an algebraic expression in which the power of the variable is a whole number. So when I say it is a whole number, now it means that it can be 0, it can be 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on, means it should not be negative integer. So it cannot be rational or any other irrational part of the power. So like I say, power of the variable. So you all know variables are x, y, etc. The values which can change are called variables. And you all know some of the constants can also be available in the polynomial. So constants, for example, 1 to 100, minus pi, 11 by 13, root 3 and so on. So these are some of the constants I have written. Above I have written the variable. So when we write with the collection of some arithmetic signs like positive, plus sign, minus sign. So I say we are able to write the polynomial or an algebraic expression like this. So polynomial is what? It is an algebraic expression in which the power of the variable is a whole number. But what is algebraic expression? The power of variable can be anything. It can be negative also, it can be rational also, etc. Now if I write 3x, here power of the variable is 1. So I'll say the power 1, it can be named as a linear polynomial. As the degree means highest power of the variable here is 1, so it is called a linear polynomial. If I write 2x square minus 2x plus 1, we have variable x here x power is 1, here x power is 2, so highest power is 2, so it is called a quadratic polynomial. Quadratic polynomial. And if I consider the highest power 3, like I write x cube minus 2x square plus 3x plus 1, and I see that the highest power of the variable is 3 here, so it is called as cubic polynomial. So this is called as cubic. Cubic means highest power 3, quadratic means highest power 2, linear means highest power 1. Now if you choose a polynomial like this and continue in the same manner, we can name it as in many of the forms, but commonly we call them as a polynomial. So we need to know only 3 types in this class, 9th and 10th. Rest of the parts we commonly name it as a polynomial itself as in the common. Now when we talk about a polynomial, so when we talk about a polynomial, we see here it consists of some constant terms, some variables. But if I write 3 here, you all know 3 is a constant, and I can accompany 3 as any variable raised to power 0, because anything raised to power 0 is 1. So x raised to power 0, if it is 1, 1 multiplied by 3 you get 3. So 3x raised to power 0 is classified as a type of polynomial also. So it is called a constant polynomial. So constant polynomial are the polynomials which are having constant values, but there is a condition that 0 is not considered as a constant polynomial, because here it is kept away from this category. If I write 0 here and 0 multiplied by something is again 0, so it is not considered as a constant polynomial. 0 itself is called as a zero polynomial. So it is called as a zero polynomial. Other of the constants, either they are positive or negative, they are called as what? They are called as constant polynomials. Like I have written 3, so it is called a constant itself, or it can also be called as constant polynomial. Now, hope you are clear with this. Earlier you might have studied about the algebraic expression in your lower classes, and algebraic expressions and its types are considered on the basis of number of terms. If we have one term in an algebraic expression, then it is called a monomial. If you have two terms in a algebraic expression, it is called binomial. If you have three terms in a quadratic in an algebraic expression, it is called a trinomial, and so on. This you have learnt in earlier classes, but here we are dealing with polynomials. So hope you understood this. Now we'll consider with another topic, and the topic is zeros of a polynomial. Zeros of a polynomial are that particular constants which satisfy the given polynomial. Satisfying means when we put that value in the given polynomial, you get the answer 0. So that is why that particular constant is called zero of a polynomial. So for this, I'll consider an example x minus 1. As you know, x minus 1 is a polynomial. If I consider x as 1 and let x as 1, then this polynomial will be written as 1 minus 1. I have put the value of x as 1 here, and 1 minus 1 I got 0. So if I get 0 after putting some value in the given polynomial, then I say that this particular constant is 0 of the given polynomial. So any polynomial can have some of the zeros, like it is a linear polynomial having degree 1, means highest power is 1 for x, so it can have only one 0. So hope it is clear. Now I'll tell you something basic. We can denote the polynomial by letter P, and the bracket inside we write the variable which is used in the polynomial. I have written P bracket x. It is called as P of x. P of x means that the polynomial is in variable x. And if this polynomial is in variable x and I have chosen the value x equal to 1 and I put the value x equal to 1 here, I got the answer 0. So I got the conclusion that 1 is a 0 of x minus 1 polynomial. So linear polynomial has 1 0. Like else we can consider a quadratic polynomial. So I have written a quadratic polynomial x square minus 2x plus 1. We can find the zeros of this quadratic polynomial by splitting the middle term. You might have studied earlier how to split the middle term. Means 2x term will be splitted and we can get the factorization of the given polynomial into linear polynomial, and then we get the zeros of this polynomial. So how we'll do this? First of all, if you want to find the zeros of x minus 1, so what we can do? We can put this polynomial equal to 0 directly. If I put x minus 1 equal to 0, if I put x minus 1 equal to 0, I transpose minus 1 on the other side, it will be plus 1. And x equal to 1, we get the zeros of a linear polynomial. So it's very easy to find the zero of a linear polynomial, but for a quadratic polynomial, you need to split the middle term. And for this, x square coefficient is 1. 1 multiplied by the constant term 1 is 1. So I multiplied both the coefficients, 1 and this one. So now we need to do the factorization of this, and factorization of 1 is 1 into 1. So I'll split minus 2x as 1x, minus 1x and minus 1x. X square minus 1x, and I'll write the last term same. So minus 2x I have split it with the help of these factors of 1. Now we'll take common from these two terms and these two terms. From both the first and second term, x is common. See what is left behind. x1, x goes out, 1 is left, minus x goes out, 1 is left. Now from both of the terms I will take minus 1 common. The signs will change, negative term will become positive, positive will become negative. When we take negative sign common, we get the signs change of the respective numbers. Now I see x minus 1 common in both of them. So I can write x minus 1 common and another factor x minus 1. So I got two factors of the given quadratic polynomial. Both the factors are same, x minus 1 and x minus 1. To find the zeros of these two polynomials, I can put these two as equal to 0. X minus 1 equal to 0, another x minus 1 equal to 0. We'll again transport 1 on the another side. I'll get x equal to 1. Here also x equal to 1. So finally we can say this x equal to 1 and another x equal to 1. These are the two zeros of this given quadratic polynomial. So hope you understood the concept. Today we have done some basic of the chapter of class 9 polynomial. It is also useful in class 10. So follow it properly. Thanks for your consideration. Take care.